welcome to the 8th edition of the Hyundai Great India Drive. We flagged off from Dasara. The Hyundai convoy has started from there. We've been driving in a convoy and we're here in the little Rann of Kutch. There's a lot more exploring to do, so stay with us and we'll be going through one of the most beautiful places in India. It was a treat to witness the varied lineup of Hyundai SUVs strutting their stuff in this one-of-a-kind terrain, and along the way we made stops to witness the sights and admire the unseen and uncharted territory that we found ourselves in. Now, driving through the little Rann of Kutch, which is basically salt flats, can be a little tricky. We were told at our press briefing yesterday to move in the convoy and have a steady pace. We were also told to brake gradually because of the slippery conditions. Now, the convoy includes cars like the Exter, the Tucson, the Creta N-Line, the Creta Electric and the Creta Diesel that we are driving here today. A great showcase of Hyundai's SUV lineup in the country. As the sun began to wind down, it was time to head to the next destination for the day. From the little Rann of Kutch, we headed towards another gem of nature in India. As we approached Dholavira, we laid our eyes on the one and only Rann of Kutch and made a stop at the road to heaven, which is named quite aptly. And so we come to the end of the first leg of our journey, which is ended here in Dholavira. Now, we had great fun driving at the little Rann of Kutch through the salt flats with our trusty Hyundai Creta Diesel automatic. Now, we have been part of Great India Drives before, and this one is shaping up to be just as beautiful, if not more. But today, what a way to end. Sun setting over the beautiful white salt flats of Rann of Kutch. All road trips have a beginning and an end. Luckily for us, we had our very own personal journey to undertake after the Beauty on Showcase in Gujarat. For the second leg of our journey, we would be heading to our destination, which is about 350 kilometers away from Delhi NCR in the beautiful state of Uttarakhand. At first, we encountered some smooth and open highways and going was an absolute doddle, thanks to the Creta's impeccable reputation as a mile muncher. Now, welcome to the second leg of our journey as a part of Hyundai's Great India Drive, and this is the 8th edition of it. We are heading towards Devprayag, which is situated about 350 kilometers from our capital city. So far, we've done about 200 to 220 kilometers and we still got 100 kilometers to go. It's been smooth sailing so far, given the lovely connection of highways all the way up to Uttarakhand. And in that respect, the Creta has done a great job. We've got the 1.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine, which comes mated to an IVT or CVT gearbox, and it is smooth as silk. The engine gearbox combination is just perfect. Even on the highway, it's got enough grunt thanks to the different driving modes, which includes Eco, Normal and Sport. Now, you must have noticed that we drove all versions of the Creta when we were at the little Rann of Kutch, which includes the Creta N-Line, the Creta EV and of course the diesel-powered Creta that we spoke about earlier. That just goes to show you how far Hyundai's Creta range has really come. In fact, its entire SUV range, which is a part of this Great India Drive, offers a unique proposition at each price point, right from the Exter to the Tucson. We're just about at the foothills. I think I'm going to try and enjoy the drive a little more and talk to you once we are at the destination. Sure enough, the mountain roads beckoned. We began our climb after the city of Haridwar whilst heading into Rishikesh. Our ascent into the mountains began after the town of Rishikesh. The roads became twistier and the Creta became even more confident in its going. We found a mix of good roads and bad roads. As the evening sun began to hide between the mountains, we were almost at our summit. This was the mighty Devprayag, and the roads before it were daunting but nothing that the Creta could not handle. It was a beautiful meeting of both roads, serenity and beauty. Devprayag, which is situated in Uttarakhand, India, has a rich history of spirituality and pilgrimage. It's the sacred confluence of the Alaknanda and Bhagirathi rivers and considered the birthplace of the Ganges. Devprayag in Sanskrit literally means holy confluence. It's also known as Devo Ka Prayag, which means confluence of gods. It's surrounded by mountains and has a valley down in the middle, which makes for a beautiful surrounding that is both serene and calm all at the same time. We also caught a glimpse of the Central Sanskrit University. It also happens to be the world's largest Sanskrit university and the only multi-campus Sanskrit university in India. We finally made our way to Devprayag, a city nestled in the foothills of the beautiful state of Uttarakhand. Now we began our journey back at Little Rann of Kutch, and we've come all the way here seeing the glorious unseen beauties that we have in our country. This is truly our country, uncharted. And Devprayag is famous for housing the confluence of the Alaknanda and Bhagirathi rivers, forming the glorious and holy river of Ganges. Come to think of it, this seems like a perfect culmination for the 8th edition of the Hyundai Great India Drive. Why, you may ask? Well, think of it this way. Hyundai, a great motor company, and India blending together to come up with some perfectly well blended products for the nation. All that remains for me to say now is goodbye, take care, and I'll see you next time around. And don't forget to fasten your seatbelts wherever you may be sitting in your car.